Hey, good afternoon. We got a video series that we're going to be talking about a lot and going into a deep detail on family law, protective orders, how they work, what courts can issue them, and who they're applied to and who they protect. So the first thing I want to talk about is, one, I hope you're never in a situation where you're facing family violence, but coming from a household where family violence was just a way of life, this is something that I'm extremely passionate about. So is everybody I work with. This is something that we get involved in our community to prevent through organizations like Lone Star CASA and other various efforts. So family violence is happening too much. And for anybody who grew up in the South and the Southwest for the last 50 years, family violence was probably a way of life. Spare the rod, spoil the child, go out and pick your switch, the board, the belt, the fist, the beer bottle, the cigarette, whatever it might have been in your life that or your experience, your family's experience, your cousins, what have you. I hope it wasn't in your life, but we've learned our lesson about family violence in the state of Texas, and we've got a lot of things in place right now to protect people, to prevent further violence when it does occur. The first of which is, let's say it's just a regular, as if anything in this topic is regular, but let's call it a plain vanilla family violence. Some pushing occurred, a throwing of a phone, something stopping short of weapons drawn, serious bodily injury, family members being thrown through walls or windows, something short of that kind of violence and abuse. There's a misdemeanor arrest for family violence, class A, B, or C, sometime misdemeanor arrest for family violence. And this is abusive, mentally manipulative, harsh words and language, pushing and shoving, taking away phones, things of that nature that can get you a magistrate protective order under Chapter 17 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. It can be issued by a justice of the peace or any magistrate. So think of, your municipal judge. They can, the ticket judge can issue one of these in need. They are permitted under the Code of Criminal Procedure by our legislature to issue these protective orders, and they do it at all hours of the night. And they'll do it, and they'll give that protective order to the offender, to that defendant. And again, I hope you're never in that situation, because if you get a magistrate's emergency protective order, that is serious business. It means you're restricted from certain things in addition to whatever the release from the bond is. You're not allowed to have your CHL. You're not allowed to have your weapons while you're under an emergency protective order. And if you violate an emergency protective order, it's almost guaranteed, almost assuredly going to result in additional charges. So more on what the Chapter 17 emergency protective order is in the next segment. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the messages. I'll do a direct video back or reply back or both. I really love the questions. I love doing these videos for you, and I love the interaction. Thank you guys so much. And we'll have more on Chapter 17 protective orders under the Code of Criminal Procedure, these emergency protective orders issued by magistrates and JPs in our next bit. Thanks.